Keith Neal for Keith Neal Creativity. And today I am going to be painting on this canvas. Got this canvas as a birthday gift. And so today's feature is Paint With Me. So grab any size canvas you want. I'm going to do something a little unique with this one. But grab any size you'd like, or if you want to find one like this. I believe I measured this, I think it was 14 by 7 is a unique size. So grab whatever size you want, have your acrylic paints ready, and I just gonna go over what I'm doing and you know, kind of what you would need. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the screen here in just a moment. Took some time on this one. So I sprayed down my canvas, which I like to do, and it gives me a nice even, I mean, the canvas starts to taunt up. So you always want to try and use a little bit of, like a spray bottle of water is usually helpful. I didn't realize that this tarp had some dried paint on it. And so it kind of came up on here. It's not going to be too big of a deal because I'm going to be covering the canvas. I'm going to use this cup today. So I might have to move that out just a little bit and redo it. But I want you to see the cup, what I'm going to do. And so you need plastic cups like this. This is like bigger than a Jello shot. These are Jello shot cups I'm using for stands at the end. And then if you've seen my stuff before, you'll see how I mix paint. You could look at one of the art tasks on how to mix your own paint like this. But if you want to paint along, you can watch this video anytime when you have all the ingredients together. And a few things I'm just going to do before I get started here is I'm just going to grab the oil and just put in a little bit of oil to each paint canister here. Paint a tube or jar or whatever, bottle, I guess we could call it. So I'm going to put that, I'm just going to put it off to the side so I know that I've already done it. There we go. Grab a little bit of this blue. So I decided to grab 2 shades of blue for what I'm going to do today. Didn't want to use a light blue, I just want to use your standard blue and then a darker blue today. And we'll go ahead and mix that up. And I was going to use a little bit of this too, not too much. But I just thought it would be kind of neat, maybe a little bit of contrast to put on here. I've got an idea what I want to do. I don't know if it's going to pull off the way I'm hoping, but we'll see how it goes today. Now we're not going to put oil in this one. This is the only one we're going to hold off on. So I'm going to go ahead and stabilize these 2 here because there's something I want to do with this. All right, now I'm going to start it out. Let's just put it there so you can see what I'm doing. Start out with white. I think I had a little trouble with this the other day. Okay. I hate when that happens. Here we go. We're just going to have to pour it. So those little nozzles seem to just jam up what you need. We're going to do a little bit of red on top of that. Okay. I'm going to introduce a little bit more white. I'm going to put white between each layer. Okay, and we'll do a little bit of blue. Oh, don't tell me I already did that again. If you use bottles like this, it's really good to utilize or to get like a wire or, you know, anything like a twist tie and be able to just kind of puncture it through. And usually that's what works for me. And we're going to do a little bit of darker blue. I don't know if I like that, but we'll give it a shot. Just see what it turns out to looking like. Going back to the white again. It kind of looks green. I don't like that. Let's see what this turns out to be. Okay. Turns out to be jammed. This has a little bit of a gray to it, to a gray tinge. Just trying to get it so it doesn't all spill out at once. Okay. So I think that's the most I'm going to use with those two colors after all. We're going to go ahead and pour some white down. See, I like it when it's a tube, or when it comes out of the tube. Gives a little bit more control for me. We don't want that red. If you're ever confused on like where's your layers, you can look at the edge or the side of the cup. I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to angle that in. And red's being a brat. Get as much red in here as I can. And then I hate when it does that, when it just shoots all at once, that it just dives into the layers, kind of, you know, interrupts the layers, if you will. Okay, this might be way too much paint, but I want one more blue layer. Let's see. Okay, that is jam-packed. Okay, have to take it off again. The bummer about this is when you don't have it through the tube, it's a lot harder to control. So I don't like that. And a big old lump of something came out. We'll have to deal with it when it slides down to the canvas. Because that's what we're going to do today. All right. Okay. Just cleaning off the bottle here so it doesn't dry up on me. Okay, now what I'm going to be performing is what is going to be considered a dirty pour. So the reason why I slanted it is I wanted to kind of get that feel. And it's not really turning out the way I'm hoping. It looks really dirty. But we'll see if we can remedy that or not. So I want to slide to the side. I want to slide to this side a little bit. I'm going to make sure we hit each side on the way down. And it looks like we're going to have a bit of a stretch here because I thought I had enough paint in there, but it doesn't feel, it feels like we're going to really stretch out, which can still be very cool. It can be very good. try and get it to the edge there as much as I can. Gonna help it along the way with just kind of pressing my thumb into the paint. Just how I do not like edges. I don't like it when the edge is exposed, especially what's happening happening up here. Take a look at that. Okay, now we're gonna bring it out to the edge here as best we can. Gonna give it a little bit of help. Okay. Gonna make sure there's no exposed edges. And I want to bring it this way a little bit because I'm really missing that blue there. I see that nice blue area. Okay. So I'm just going to leave it up like that for just now, just to kind of get a little bit more of a slide. I'm noticing some exposure here on the edge. You can usually take a little bit of paint that has generously popped or just poured off, and you can just play around with it. This here seems to be a little lumpy. I don't like that. Okay, I'm going to wipe up a little bit. So my friend who taught me this technique, he did something similar to this, but he did a really good job of it. I haven't done a lot of ones where you just use that whole panel and just kind of pour it down a little bit. So I'm just going to see if it'll run off on its own. This part I'm not real crazy about, but it's still drying. It's still sliding in a way. So it's just going to be very hard to see it slide. But I thought it'd be fun to do this. This is my, again, this is my birthday canvas, and thought I'd do something fun today with it. I'll know next time not to use some of that darker colors. I think it would have been a lot more vibrant if I would have just stayed with the blue rather than this thing here. I just don't like what's going on there. So I'm hoping it would just slide itself off the canvas. And I'll take a look on the other side and see how that looks. Make sure it's stable. If it's not, I'll make sure it's stabilized a little bit better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.